Hello, how are you students? How are you? Kam jirtu barattoota nagaa keessanii iddoo jirtan hundumatti nageenya waaqayyo isiniif haa ta'u. Gadoof qabinsa guddaadhaan dhiifama guddaa isin gaafachuun barbaada. Sababni isaas ammoo yeroo dheeraadhaaf isin harkaa badeen jira. Haa ta'u malee har'a yeroon isiniif deebi'u viidiyoo baay'ee barbaachisaa fi qormaata keessan intiraansii bara 2017 keessatti gahee guddaa kan qabaatu gaaffii 12 qormaata bara 2013-14 keessaa adda baasee ooldi kaarikulamii ji'oogiraafii kutaa 9ffaa isiniif qabadhee dhufeera. Egaa qormaanni keessan bara 2017tti ooldi kaarikulamii inni hammatu barnoota kutaa 9ffaa qofa waan ta'eedhaaf kutaa 9ffaa irratti hiistiriis ta'ee ji'oogiraafii xiyyeeffannee kan waliin qayyabannu ta'uu gamanumaan isiniif eeruun barbaada. እንደምናችሁ ተማሪዎች ሰላም ናችሁ? ባላችሁበት የጌታ ሰላም ይብዛላችሁ። በጣም ይቅርታ ልላችሁ ፈልጋለሁ፣ ምክንያቱም ደግሞ ለረጅም ጊዜ ተጠፋፍተናል። ዛሬ ደግሞ ወደ እናንተ ብቅ ስል እጅ ከምን ማለታችሁ አይቀርም። ለዚህ በ2013-14 ለኢንትራንስ የወጡ ጥያቄዎችን ከኦልድ ካሪኩለም 9ኛ ክፍል ጂኦግራፊ 12 ጥያቄዎችን ይዤላችሁ መጥቻለሁኝ። በመሰረቱ ዘንድሮ በ2017 ኦልድ ካሪኩለም የሚያካትተው የ9ኛ ክፍል መጽሐፍ ብቻን ይሆናል። 10ኛ ክፍልን አያካትትም። ለዚህ ትኩረታችንን የምናደርገው ኦልድ ካሪኩለም 9ኛ ክፍል ከዛ 11 እና 12 እነዚህ ሶስቱ መጽሐፍት ላይ ይሆናል ማለት ነው። choose the correct answer from the given alternatives. Question number 1. Which of the following explains the relative location of Ethiopia? A. Ethiopia is situated west of Djibouti. B. It is located east of Somalia. C. It is found north of Eritrea. D. It is located southwest of Sudan. Here, Ethiopia is found 1. West of Djibouti, which means Djibouti is found at east of Ethiopia with a distance of 310 kilometers. Again, Ethiopia is found south of Eritrea. This means Eritrea is found north of Ethiopia at 840 kilometer distance. Ethiopia is found north of Kenya at 760 kilometer. This means Kenya is found south of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is found west and northwest of Somalia. Somalia is known with having the longest boundary line with Ethiopia. So Somalia is found at east and northeast of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is found at east and southeast of Sudan at 744 kilometers. South Sudan is found at southwest of Ethiopia, or Ethiopia is found at northeast of South Sudan with 1006 kilometers. So South Sudan is known with the second longest share of border line with Ethiopia. Ethiopia is situated west of Djibouti is the correct answer. A. Another thing we have to understand is that what is absolute location of Ethiopia? Ethiopia is located between 3 degrees north to 15 degrees north and 33 degrees east to 48 degrees east. 15 degrees north is the northern tip of Tigray in north, whereas 3 degrees north is the southernmost tip of Moyale in Borana. 33 degrees east is the westernmost tip of Akobo in Gambela. 48 degrees east is the tip of Ogaden in east. Here, the north to south extent of Ethiopia is shorter than the east to west extent of Ethiopia. This means 15 degree minus 3 is equals to 12 degree. This is north to south extent of Ethiopia, whereas east to west extent of Ethiopia is 48 minus 33 is equals to 15. Why I am raising in this manner is, again, the exam may arise as which of the following is true about the Ethiopia. Another, here you may ask that of the following, which one indicates the northern tip of Tigray in north? A. 3 degree north. B. 33 degree east. C. 15 degree north. D. 48 degree east. You may ask it in this manner. So Tigray is found at 15 degree north. Question number 2. Among the following disciplines, which one has more similar concern with population geography? A. Meteorology. B. Sociology. C. Demography. D. Economic statistics. Okay. Demography has more concern with population geography. It studies about birth rate, death rate, migration, population growth, and structure using statistical analysis like that of population geography. So the correct answer is demography. Meteorology does not have a positive concern with population geography because meteorology focuses on weather and climate, not on population studies. Sociology examines society, culture, and social behavior, but not population distribution in geographic sense. Economics studies about resource allocation, trade, finance, production, supply, and demand, which relate to population indirectly but do not primarily focus on population geography. So the correct answer for question number 2 is C. Question number 3. What type of drainage pattern develops in an area where the tributaries join the main river at right angles? A. Trellis. B. Dendritic. C. Centripetal. D. Radialis. Here, trellis drainage pattern develops in an area where the tributaries joins the main river at 90-degree right angles. This pattern forms in regions with the alternating bands of hard and soft rock, folded or tilted sedimentary rocks, which guide the water to flow. Dendritic resembles tree branches forming in areas with uniform rock structure, no resistance in a variation. So uniformity of rock structure is common in dendritic drainage patterns. Centripetal drainage pattern, rivers flow towards a central point or basin like that of two lakes or to the inland drainage, to the center, to the common one. Radial rivers flow outward from a central point, such as volcanic cone or dome-shaped mountains. So the correct answer is A. Trellis drainage pattern develops in an area where the tributaries join the main river at 90-degree right angles. Question number 4. Which of the following feature describes the middle course of river? A. Oxbow lakes. B. Waterfalls. C. V-shaped valleys. D. Meanders. In the middle course, the river has more energy and a wider valley that lead to lateral erosion, especially sideways erosion, which creates meanders or large bends in the river, whereas oxbow lakes are found in the lower course, not in the middle course, that formed when meander is cut off. Waterfalls are found in the upper course, not in middle course, where river flows over resistant rocks. V-shaped valleys are formed in the upper course, not in the middle course, due to the vertical erosion. Thus, the correct answer is D, meanders, as they are typical of the middle course of a river. So, the correct answer is D, meanders are describe the middle course of a river. Question number 5. Which of the following can be generalized about the characteristics of the major rivers of Ethiopia? A. Have greater navigational potential. B. Are characterized by gentle slopes. C. Are seasonally fluctuated in their volume. D. They are rise from Rift Valley of the countries. Ethiopia rivers are seasonally fluctuated. This means during the summer there is high volume of waters, and during winter the volume of Ethiopia rivers becomes decreases depending on the level of rainfall. Another, Ethiopia rivers never have navigational potential except Baro River. So Ethiopia rivers are mostly steep and fast flowing, that making navigation difficult. Ethiopia rivers are mostly flow through steep and rugged topography. Most major rivers like Blue Nile, Awash, and Omo are originate from the Ethiopian highlands, not from Rift Valley. So the correct answer is that Ethiopian rivers are seasonally fluctuated in their volume. C is the correct answer. Why not A? Because there is no navigational potential in Ethiopia except Baro River. Why not B? Because Ethiopian rivers are characterized by steep and rugged topography than gentle. Ethiopian rivers rise from highland regions of Ethiopia, not from Rift Valley. So C is the correct answer. Question number 6. Which one of the following climate control has a major effect on the most parts of Ethiopia? A. Altitude. B. Latitude. C. Ocean current. D. Distance from the sea. Ethiopia's climate is mainly controlled by altitude rather than latitude. Why? Because the country lies in the tropics but has diverse elevation that affect temperature distribution and rainfall, which means higher altitudes are cooler, especially highland parts of Ethiopia, while Rift Valley regions in the lowlands are hotter, while their elevation is low. Why not B? Ethiopia is near the equator, but altitude has a greater influence on climate than latitude. Why not C? Ethiopia is a landlocked country, so ocean currents have a little or no effect on Ethiopian climate. Why not D? Distance from the sea has some influence, but is not the major control factor in Ethiopia. So, the correct answer is A. Question number 7. Which factor determines the temporal variation of temperature in Ethiopia? What we are asked is temporal variation, not spatial variation. I pardon. Which factor determines the temporal variation of temperature in Ethiopia? A. Latitude. B. Cloud cover. C. Planetary winds. D. Ocean currents. Here, temporally, Ethiopia has more cloud cover, reducing daytime temperature during the rainy season. This is temporal, not spatial. In terms of time, in terms of season, which means. So, seasonally, cloud cover has its own effect on reducing daytime temperature during the rainy season. During the dry season, there is less cloud cover, that leading to hotter days and cooler nights. The others are spatial, space, regional, which means. Latitude is spatial. Ethiopia's latitude does not cause significant temperature variation since it is closer to the equator. So this is spatial, space manner. Planetary winds affect general climate but do not directly cause daily or seasonal temperature variation. Ocean currents. Ethiopia is a landlocked country, so ocean currents have a little or no effect on Ethiopia. The correct answer for question number 7 is B, is a temporal variation that affect temperature distribution over Ethiopia. Question number 8. Why does the Upper Rift Valley region of Ethiopia face a rain shadow effect? This is due to the effect of A. Latitude, B. Distance from the sea, D. Weather system. Rain shadow effect occurs when mountains block moist winds from the surrounding, this causing one side to receive rainfall while the other side remain dry. In Ethiopia, the highlands, example, Bale and Samim mountains block moisture from the Indian Ocean, making areas in the Upper Rift Valley drier, while latitude affects temperature, not the rain shadow. Distance from the sea plays role, but is not the main cause of rain shadow. Weather system affects rain patterns, but does not directly cause the rain shadow. So, mountain barriers affect the rain shadow over the Upper Rift Valley region of Ethiopia. So C is the correct answer. Question number 9. Which of the following explains about the Indian Ocean drainage system in Ethiopia? A. Its major rivers originate from the southeastern highlands. B. It accounts for the largest annual water flow of the country. C. The Awash and the Omo Gibe are the major rivers of the system. D. It drains the southwestern highlands and the lowlands. Good. The major rivers in Indian drainage system such as Gannale, which is known as Juba, Wabe Shebele, and Dawa originate from the southeastern Ethiopian highlands and they flow towards Somali and Kenya on the way of Indian Ocean. but B is not. It accounts for the largest annual water flows of the country. It says this is incorrect because the Nile Basin drainage system has largest annual water flow discharge, not Indian Ocean drainage system. Awash and Omogibe rivers belong to the inland drainage system, not the Indian drainage system. The Indian Ocean drainage system drains southeastern Ethiopia, not the southwestern highland parts of Ethiopia. Thus, major rivers originate from the southeastern highland is the correct answer. So, A is the correct answer. Question number 10. Of the following Ethiopian rivers characteristics, which one is paramount to the significance of hydroelectric power generation? A. Seasonal variability of rivers. B. Non-navigability of the rivers. C. Flowing from a steep slope. D. The flow of the rivers on gentle slopes. Okay, hydroelectric power generation relies on fast flowing of water to drive turbine. Ethiopian rivers flow from the highlands, especially steep slopes to lowlands. This helps to create high potential energy for hydropower electric. Examples: Brunei, Omogibe, and the Tekaze rivers, which have major hydroelectric dams. So, C is the correct answer. Why not A? Seasonal rivers are unable for continual hydroelectric power. A river's navigability does not determine its hydroelectric potential. Gentle slopes provide less energy, making them less suitable for hydroelectric power generation. Question number 11. What is the smallest rainfall region in Ethiopia? A. Summer rainfall. B. Merged spring, summer and autumn rainfall region. C. Winter rainfall region. D. Autumn and spring rainfall regions. Ethiopia has different rainfall regions based on the seasons in which they receive rains. The smallest rainfall region is winter rainfall region, which includes parts of Afar and southeastern lowlands. These areas receive a minimal rainfall during winter, which means December to February. Due to what? Due to the dominance of dry air masses. Why A, B, D are not answered? Because summer is the largest rainfall region, covering most parts of Ethiopia, while the merged spring, summer, and autumn rainfall regions are covering larger portion of the country in comparison to the winter rainfall region. Autumn and spring rainfall regions are parts of eastern and southern Ethiopia. Still, this is larger than winter rainfall regions. Thus, the correct answer is C. Winter rainfall region is the smallest rainfall region of Ethiopia. Question number 12. Among the following winds, which one dominates the climate of Ethiopia? A. Westerly winds. B. Monsoon winds. C. Polar storms. D. Trade winds. Students, bear in your mind, monsoon winds, particularly the southwest monsoon, brings moisture from the Indian Ocean during the rainy season, which means summer season, June to September months. These winds are responsible for the main summer rainfall in Ethiopia, especially in highland parts of the country. But A, C, D are not the answer. Why? Because westerly winds affect mid-latitude regions. not Ethiopia as a country. Polar easterly winds do not reach Ethiopia as they originate from the polar regions farthest from the equator, while Ethiopia is found in tropical zone. Trade winds. Trade winds bring dry conditions in dry seasons, not dominant in rainy seasons. So, B is the correct answer.
chaanaalii keessan Ji'oolessan 17 tiyuubii waan daawwattaniif galatooma. Ji'oolessan 17 tiዩብ chaanaalachuun sila gobanyaachuu አመሰግናለሁ። Ji'oolessan 17 tiዩብ chaanaalii milkoomina egeree dhalootaaf dhimmu